Hey, got about 8 inches of snow today and a perfect day to pull out the old Goldbacks. Let's talk Goldbacks today. Hello, Silver fans. This is T, and you're in the place to be for silver education, acquisition, and entertainment. Okay, here they are, guys. The collection was kind of spread all over the house and had to kind of dig them up out of various safes and other little hiding spaces. And we're going to talk about these guys, and eventually I'm going to consolidate them and put them all in one place. And, I'm a Dansco man, and so I got the old Dansco album. We're going to put them in here, but first let's talk about them. This is the one that pretty much started it all, the 2019 Utah. And, I've been collecting these for quite a while and actually selling them on my Whatnot channel. Quite a few of you have joined me and bought Goldbacks from me even. They're very popular, but I always keep enough for myself for my collection. And here's the Utah. The neat thing is that these things are legal tender, but I really just and there's Nevada, the second state to issue Goldbacks. I honestly just basically keep them for the collector value. As you can see here, the artwork is quite stunning, and what I have noticed is that over the years, the artwork got better and better. And even so much so, and I'll show you towards the end, the artist that did the Oklahoma artwork, I even reached out to him on Instagram and complimented him on the great job. And from going from South Dakota to Florida, I don't know if the technology changed or the ability to do more with the artwork. But here is the Florida half. They get a little pricey as they go up, but rightly so. The higher the denomination, the more gold they contain. But this little Florida one, I think that in my mind, the artwork really improved from Florida onward. And here's a little conquistador girl with a beautiful horse in the background. And the $1 is a little senorita there with the Spanish galleon in the background. And I really like the fact that they really depict the state that has issued them in such a beautiful way, honoring that state with the artwork and the features that make that state unique. Oh, this one is very popular. There is going to be another one that I think is going to rival this $5 Florida in popularity. And man, I'll tell you what, I cannot wait for the Indiana Goldbacks to come out. I did a little research last night also on the old ChatGPT and found that Indiana, my great state, has favorable conditions for a Goldback issue. And when that exactly is going to happen, I don't think they have it slated on the books yet, but the laws are such, especially with no sales tax on precious metals and things like that, in Indiana. I'm just waiting for the day that Goldbacks are issued here. And I hope, if the Goldback folks are watching this, I hope they honor the whole state, including my part of the state, Northwest Indiana, that is oftentimes forgotten about when the entire state of Indiana is discussed. People think race cars, they think cornfields, but we have a national park here in Northwest Indiana. It's absolutely gorgeous, Indiana Dunes, and a lot of unique features here up in Northwest Indiana, the region, not to mention the steel mills that built this whole area. I always like the fact that the creators of the Goldbacks tend to honor the Native American roots of each of those states. Here's Oklahoma, a $2, and you can see the Native American lady there with the little girl teaching her. Oklahoma, this is a fun one. And Oklahoma is the most recent I've gotten. Now, I do have the Arizona Goldbacks, the newest of the new, on pre-order, and I can't wait to get those in my hands. The artwork for those is going to be absolutely fantastic. I've seen some previews. I'll show you here on the screen. This one right here, I think will rival the Florida 5 with the old young lady there with the old Colt revolver. Now, if that's not beautiful artwork, I don't know what is. Pretty impressive, and to say the least, I think that one will be highly collectible. As I mentioned, I put these away just for the collectability factor, but other people exchange them for goods and services in various states. I just plan on keeping these, to be honest with you, but they are pegged because they do contain a small amount of gold, each one. They are pegged to the gold prices, and so some people really stack these because of that. I actually ran into a guy at a coin show a while back when Goldbacks were relatively new, and he talked all about it. I'll show you that interview so you get a little bit more about why people save them, not only for the beauty, but for the gold content as well. Let's switch over to that. You're from Colorado, and do you guys actually trade those out there?
That is correct. So
okay.
The Goldback's a very fascinating monetary instrument. It is, the singles are 1,000th of a troy ounce of gold. And when you x-ray and assay them, they actually do come out gold. So we'll put the x-ray right now on there. We'll turn it on.
Okay.
And as you see, pure gold.
Yeah.
Now, what they do is they make these absolutely perfect. On assay, they come out perfect because when they use computer vapor deposition technologies, the same they use on computer chips, to deposit a fine layer of gold down on mylar, and they put another coating of mylar on top. And what that does is it keeps it from getting worn away.
Yes.
So it's gold you can put in your pocket, you can spend it. I give these out as tips, I use them as change, we use them as spending money.
In Indiana, we don't use them.
They're coming around. And
first person I've ever met that
if somebody
accepts them.
out there, the nice thing about these is if somebody out there offers you to pay you for a service industry or a product in gold, it's not a taxable transaction. It keeps the government out of your business.
Wow.
And you're accepting gold no matter what happens. So if USA goes away, this still contains a tenth of an ounce or a thousandth of an ounce of gold.
Okay.
So every 100 of these has a tenth of an ounce, and every 1,000 of these has a full ounce.
Okay.
So when you can stack gold for your labors or wares that you're selling, it makes sense, or if you're giving change for it. So we give them out as tips all the time. People work at restaurants and other things for services. We also accept them. We've given them at small businesses. We just talked to a guy. They're going to be giving 10,000 of them to their employees at McDonald's in the Chicago area.
Really?
Which is pretty fascinating. That meeting's happening here in a couple hours.
Okay.
With another business, not me.
Okay.
But that's pretty cool. So the more education and more people are out there, if somebody leaves one of these as a tip, it's like, hell yeah, that's awesome. They actually got gold. And people get so happy when they get these. And I give them a little bit of cash,
Never
too.
thought of that.
But each one of these is basically right now a $4 bill on the exchange rate. So, sometimes they trade for $4.20, sometimes it's $3.80, depending on what the gold price is right now. So they trade above the number, but they have multiple denominations too. So there's 5s, there's 10s, there's 25s, there's 50s. So like the 5s, they obviously have more gold in them. So they're 1/200th of an ounce of gold because there's 5 times as much gold.
Sure.
And notice they're also a little bigger because in order to fit the gold on there, they had to make them larger. The 10s are even larger beyond that, and the 50s are actually pretty big. But
so you think things are going to go around the nation then,
they
and
have
expand?
been getting popular. They're popular in the West and places that are accepted.
Yeah.
Wherever there's no tax on gold and silver, they're legal tender.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's some states that tax gold and silver, and they probably won't catch on there. So unfortunately, that's going to be a lot of the blue states.
Yeah.
But people will still trade them, but they'll probably never have an official recognition.
Got it.
But that may change. We hope that it does.
Yeah.
Because it's just a cool concept to be able to spend gold. Because we've made these little 20th ounce silvers and these 10th ounce gold coins, and they're great, but it's easy to lose. This is a lot harder to lose a small transaction of gold.
Right.
And of course, when you want to stack bullion, you stack bullion. But as far as a small, everyday exchangeable, it works.
Well, I'm from Indiana. We're a red state. Maybe we'll have them someday.
Hopefully soon. We're trying, and they made sure to do things that they won't get them in trouble. So they're not trying to mimic a U.S. note. So it's not counterfeiting. They made them to be completely against the way normal U.S. notes are, so they do them up and down as opposed to sideways. They only put women on them because there's no mistaking it, because the government won't put women on paper. And then they make sure that they're one-sided, so you can actually see the crystalline effect of the gold. That's what that is. You can't fake that.
Right.
You can't fake that. And then, of course, the Mylar coating on there. And, of course, anybody with an X-ray or anybody that's seen one can test one of these immediately.
Sure.
And you get that gold. So with all these things into consideration, it's a good way, in my opinion, to stack gold and also to spend and spread the word and, sort of use the stuff and get it out there. So they have been immensely popular and out west so far. And in the states where they're doing them, where some of the dealers, they're selling tens of thousands of these every single month into the local communities. And of course, you go on the Goldback website and you can find things that businesses that will accept Goldbacks.
Yes.
So, one, for example, in Cheyenne, there's a chiropractor and some restaurants. So you can walk into any of those places and you can use a combination of Goldbacks and cash to make a transaction. And they just, go onto the website, you put a calculation in for what the total is, and it'll tell you how many Goldbacks and how much cash.
That's wild.
So you just sit there and look at an app for 2 seconds, you can figure out what you're owed for the transaction. So it's exciting. So there's it's catching on, and we hope that it keeps catching on. And every day, as more people get educated about it and more people know about it, they're there.
Well, David, I certainly appreciate the time. I see to my left, you've got customers showing up.
No problem.
I'm going to put your contact info in my video description.
Definitely.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
The album is complete up until this point, and I don't quite have all the denominations, but neat little collection. Now they're finally all in one place in this Dansco album. I kind of wish Goldback would, I wish they would come out with like an official Goldback album. If they would, I think that would be a kind of a neat thing. I think a lot of us collectors would appreciate it. And so anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this quick little video on Goldbacks, and we'll definitely see you on the next video. Oh, by the way, I do have some doubles, some extras here. So if any of you are interested in joining me on my next Whatnot auction, there's a link down in the video description and a pinned comment. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. See you.